Testing, testing. 1, 2, 3. Testing. Okay. Let's have a look. Let's have a look at the order flow. Hello, hello. All right. All right. Crazy, crazy, crazy day today. Yesterday, today, end of week. Fuck, darker fuck. Shit. Okay. One, two. Wow. Look at the volume on that. Okay. Okay. So, what can I say? What's this? What's that thing at the bottom? What's that? Shit. Huh. Yeah. Pretty manic day today. So kind of this is my analysis from earlier today. This is the sign of strength for ETH BTC. If I see that, I'll be happy that the bottom is in. Otherwise, I'll be interested to see a weekly SFP. Posted that. And single prints. There's bullish div on this pullback. If not, then the low is in. Wouldn't mind S&P liquidation low put in during your session for a really nice long entry. Otherwise, let's see. Don't bother with shitcoins. SLERF for maximum volatility. Sui and Athena. Anyway, it's something that you'll realize is that the market makers are in control of everything. Let's have a look at Connex. Oh, that's against so we do have to see what the daily close is like, because at the moment we're still going down, huh? According to this. For a test, for another test, probably for another test. It's a really strong candle. Alts have bounced a little bit with some kind of impulsive move on a lot of them, but this is a really nice candle. Increasing volume, swing failure of this previous daily low. Came all the way down to front run the point of control. Very nice. Very, very nice. Let me just delete this stuff. What's that? No weekly close. Let's get rid of that. What's that? Shakeout. All right, let's just get rid of these now. Let's have a look at the volume quickly. And let's just kind of look at BTC. There's a lot of volumes being put in today, so could that have changed things? Possibly. It's a weekly time frame. It was a really bearish close, and it dropped, and then it bounced. And what a start to the week, huh? What a start to the week. I'm gonna come off. Again, the monthly time frame candle is looking pretty miserable, so it really has to go up. Otherwise, that's not great. So we're still in for some volatilities. Nothing's changed, actually. Nothing's really changed that much, except that we've gone down and hit the point of control and had a reaction. We've had a nice reaction to the point of control. A little front run. The volume putting here. It's underneath the range of our value area high. Once, twice. Bearish 12-hour candle, and then those last 12 hours is a piercing. That's a bullish piercing candle. Next one is green, and that's a reversal. Next one has to be green. That was the bullish engulfing on the 4-hour. Came back down, closed higher than there, went up, hit resistance. One more down, once more. Possibly one more down for another attempt, possibly. Let's have a look at this range higher up. Maybe from here. that's okay. So we are back into this kind of arbitrary range, even though we're underneath the range of value area high, just from where we crossed the point of control. Back above this pivot. Yeah, I mean you've got a really bearish candle, closed lower, brought right back up. The volume is good, and it's a pretty bullish. It's not low volume, it's quite good volume. So if it was low volume, you'd be more concerned. It's quite good buy volume. It's become quite a liquid here, but we're back into that little. We're just back into that little area here. So it doesn't look too bad if when you look at it like that, does it? Kind of back into this local range. Underneath the range value area high. And you've still got that point of control to contend with slightly higher up. Yeah. That is interesting. Look at these a second. So we oh, actually Sue is showing a really nice high volume green candle. And that's closing lower. Solana's closing lower. Massive buying tail. So I mean, just based on what I'm looking at, I don't know how the day's going to close. So we're going to see how the day's going to close together. Because I'm going to stay up until daily close. It closes lower, you know, so it closes lower, but it's potentially closing massive swing failure, massive buying tail. It's a really bullish candle. That's not a bearish candle, it's a bullish candle. It's a bearish candle in the sense that it's red. It's a bullish candle in the sense that you've got a big buying tail and it closes lower, so it's bearish, but you've got quite a distance. It's very difficult for the bears to now push this. Effectively what the bears will need to do now is close it underneath the wick. Be quite difficult to do that tomorrow. So whatever happens, if tomorrow ends up with a red day, then you could actually reverse quite easily. It's easier to reverse like that, similar to this this green candle, this big long selling tail, and then the price basically just struggled to go up and then it fell. Maybe we get something similar where the price struggles and it goes back up, or it could just go up quite easily. Yeah, could easily just be bought up and see what happens. Basically, let's see how it closes. Let's see if it closes above any one of these wicks, which would be quite interesting to see, or this daily level here. I think what I wanted to see or look at was this. This was quite interesting for me, and so this was kind of my idea earlier on. I want ETH BTC to bottom out. Had a little kind of a mini failed auction here. Nice buy up right into the point of control. That was the hit. Now we're in the pullback, and you kind of want to find a little bit of support here. You'll find a bit of support here. Then that would be really nice to see. We don't really want to lose this range now like this. I think that would be really bearish. Yeah, that would be really bearish to lose this range, this little range that we put in here today on the BTC. Similar to Bitcoin, I'll show you on Bitcoin. In today's price action, if you look at it, you see how put in a little range here, price came back, couldn't get underneath the range, found support off that range, and then it just went right back up. So you kind of you want something quite similar with ETH BTC. We've had quite a bullish reaction there off this little range, little failed auction off this lows. Now we're coming back to find support here. I think this is really important. So I do want us to find support here. This. Just add these levels and I can get rid of that. Got that. This now. Get rid of this. Oh, what do they do? Why is that? Why is that white? Let's get rid of this. Let's get rid of these now. Good volume. What do they do? What do they do? I got rid of that. There it is. There you go. Finding a little bit of support here. That's kind of what you want to see. Price to find a little bit of support here. What's the time now? It's 10:28. Altcoin Dreaming. Hi, how's it going? 4-hour candle. That's a bullish engulfing with a massive selling tail, huh? From the lows. Inverse hammer. So is that. Wow. I don't know. I mean, I've been busy all day, to be honest with you. I haven't really been. I was in some trades. I was longing. Took some profit. It's a hard one because I want to kind of leverage long for the move. Huh? But it's hard because you get shaken out sometimes and you have to restart. It's been a massive shakeout. Huh? I think it's been a massive shakeout, and which is normal. I do like this last kind of impulsive move, increasing volume in this last move. increasing volume. And Solana's kind of come back into this value area. Once lost it once, now it's back in again. So I think you just don't want to lose it now. I think that's a good place. If it's going to find support, it should find it now. It could always go down again, and that's the thing. It could easily go down. But it's really high volume. So it's looking okay now. It looks okay. What's this order flow look like? That's bearish div there. A little bit bearish divergence here. A little bit bearish divergence here. But massive bullish divergence at the lows. Massive. So there's been massive absorption here, and that is just lots of shorts closing. You see that? OI dropping, price going up, shorts closing. And then you got this big long that comes in who gets absorbed. Big leverage long comes in, gets absorbed. First pullback. There's some single prints underneath us. There were some single prints earlier. They got filled. And then you got some single prints still here above us. It's still going to be quite volatile. Probably should mark those out. They will fill quite quickly, I think. Once if we get up there, we're just gonna smash through the price and go up really fast, all the way back to $105,000 if we do manage to get above these local highs. I'm just not sure if this is it. I don't know. I can't tell. I'd like to say yes. If this is if the low's been put in, I'd like to say that. I'd like to say it'd be nice to just have confidence in the price action. It's so, I mean, it's so possible to go down like this for one big, I think like a real big, just liquidate all these longs and then smash up. It's so possible to do that. And, you know, you like looking at this and you're thinking, oh, this is nice. It's up into the value area high. But it's kind of in its own little range now above the value area low. So it's a good place to buy, because we're above some kind of value in this value, back in this value area, which is true. But at the same time, you've got some single prints. They could easily fill. You could go like this. Again, you could do that. Or you could just get one big bam, and then you're back in. Very easy for that to happen, the way the price action's been behaving. This is good though. Look at that. This is looking good. So we had a failed auction here, and we've put in a little bit of volume here underneath this local range value area low. Hit the point of control, and now we're back. So this is actually quite good. This I like. This I like. It gives me confidence with the altcoins. I see the altcoins are pulling back a little bit, but not like before, not yet. Yeah, let me have a look at the XOs again. Did we get big liquidations? We got it initially, but anyone who's been longing, leverage longing here hasn't really been liquidated because we never took up the low. The bullish divergence is still there, so big liquidations, liquidations, and then we just kind of bounced. I don't know why we haven't hit the point of control, to be honest with you. I know that there was a front run. Which can happen. Just missed it by a slither. Yeah, it's difficult to buy here knowing that the price could easily do that. That's your entry. You actually, there's a bullish harmonic there if it does that. Isn't there? Doesn't really matter where it lands, but ideally there for a something. What is that something? Harmonics. Did we go higher here or lower? We went higher. Be a cipher then. It'd have to be a cipher into this. So actually, you're not taking out the low. Because the D has to be above the X. It's not a shark. Time frame. Harmonic. What's that 1 to 1? Oh, it's hidden here. 1 AM. Is it likely to go all the way down there for 1 AM or 5 AM? Just take out these lows without taking out that initial low, and then go up, and then you've got your you have a great entry. Don't know. It's definitely something. It's definitely something to consider. You've got a bearish Gartley as well. Yeah, bearish Gartley. Of sorts, not great. It needs to be more like that. There's a few things going on here. That's the thing. The momentum is really important. So this price action has actually done quite. It's been quite good because of the momentum has been kind of dissipated a little bit. Alarm's gone off. Don't know why it went off. It says boiling. Maybe a spider. It's also very possible that we don't go down, huh? Just because we were into the value area. That's a sign of strength. We're above these lows, basically. Front run the point of control. The momentum was down, and we've just kind of reversed this downward momentum a little bit. Pretty much. It's a really nice candle if it closes like that. I mean, it could go all the way down to fill it, or halfway. Halfway is correct. Go all the way down to halfway, find support, and then right back up, basically. So I'm not confident about buying this, but if it did pull back again, that would be the opportunity. And then if this just kind of ranges here, creating bullish divergences here, then you could start longing here. Basically, let's see what happens during the night. If it just goes up, then it goes up. What can you do? It gets harder to long if it just wants to go up. People just start market buying it up. Yeah, the momentum is flattened out again, and look, we've come in, we've washed these moving averages, reacted. I wouldn't mind if it came back down. That's kind of what you're waiting for, huh? Like down. Let's see where it closes, and then 50%, 50% down would be perfect. 99525 from this close. If it was to close here, 99525, basically it would actually do the same thing, exactly the same thing. That's kind of what you're looking for, potentially something very similar. And again, and another up, up, and up, and then you're in. Right up to the point of control, probably, in that circumstance. Bam, like that. And then that has to find support, and then we're back in the range. Extremely bullish. To get to reject again from this value area like this, get back into the range. Def edge high. So I mean, who knows? No one really knows what's going to happen. But I tried to long the value area high, that didn't work, got stopped out, and then I longed here, and then you have to take your profits. And then did I get to catch the second one? No, I totally didn't catch the second one. Didn't really. I wasn't quite sure how to do that. It was really hard. It wasn't easy. Just have to just go for it, I guess. And hope for the best. It's more like hopium than trading, isn't it? This is good, but I mean, I think it makes more sense to me. Let's just see, because that would be a 4-hour bullish engulfing, followed by these are 2 4-hour bullish engulfing candles. They're both extremely bullish. This red one came down all the way down to the bottom of this 4-hour candle, so maybe we come down all the way down again just for a test. off the bottom. Maybe that just repeats itself. Another down and up. It's unlikely to just go straight up. If we close like this, you wouldn't just, it doesn't really look right if it closed like this to just go straight up. You kind of do want it to go down, but I mean, if you could just go down and you stop there above that red candle high, 4 hours, next 4 hours, similar to this, how it came down and it just closed above that previous red candle. If it comes down and it just closes there with a red candle, then it's just probably straight up from there on the next 4 hour candle, similar to that. So there's kind of like, looking at these candles, they're really bullish after we had this kind of bearish run. That was, I kind of didn't react fast enough, I guess, because I looked at the weekly close and it didn't look good, and it dropped a lot, 4.5% or so, and then obviously the altcoins got demolished, and then some of them recovered. It's quite interesting because I was looking at, I wasn't in a position on Ava, and that just got some gigantic motherfucking this. Bam! Fucking hell, look at that. Bash. Look at Ava. That's your first impulsive wave. Satoshi, Defage. It's got to scale into Ava now. There's no way to catch that now. It's harder because it came to this high volume node. And just bam, someone just bought that like there was no tomorrow. I think the altcoins are showing like unbelievable strength at the moment, so I'm wondering if well, I'm wondering if that's it actually. I don't know. Look at that. If Ava closes like that, that's a bullish engulfing, massive volume. You can't get more bullish than that off a high volume node here. It basically filled the gap of that big gigantic candle, and you've got this crazy reaction. It's a strong reaction there. So that's your support level there. You don't expect it to go down off that, but that's what you want to see. You want to see something like that, and then you can long Ava because you have a really tight clear invalidation. It's quite wide in this context, but yeah, I'm just thinking now we might not go back down. We might not go back down. Yeah, really nice. Surprising, a little bit surprising, I think. But crypto is mad. I don't know if it's going to go down. I have no idea. I think and the thing is, people, what are they going to do? What do you do? Do you long? Do you short? Do you look at that and go, oh my god, this is really bearish or bullish? I think the reaction is really bullish because you have a massive buying tail. Usually these buying tails, you can't ignore them, but then they do get filled. Eventually they get filled. Eventually, just looking at it, it's probably going to go straight up, to be honest with you. Probably. It's probably just going to go straight up. Like, I don't know if anyone who would sell that thinking that that's going down. To be honest with you, I'm not feeling down actually at the moment, but Yeah. And then really for me, the big sign of strength that I wanted to see, I'm seeing it. So that's kind of what I wanted, and I'm getting it. So I'm kind of just thinking to myself, this is it. Look, there you go. Support. That's what I wanted. So I'm just going to kind of, I'm just going to long. Fuck it. Just fuck it. Who cares? That's what I wanted to see. No. Just scale in and see what happens. Probably get shook out again, huh? Whatever. Who cares? I haven't been longing at all. Just a little bit. Just wanted to see what happened. But really, that's what I wanted to see. I'm happy now about that. Look, that's what I did. That's what I wanted to see, isn't it? So I got it. I got what I wanted. So I'm just going to start longing and assume that altcoins have bottomed out. I'm just going to assume that until if we lose this now, then all right, fine. I'm invalidated. But it's hard to long there when you lose this kind of triangle idea, and then you get the reaction, and now you're coming back to find support of this local range. It could just whatever, and then that's what I want to see next. Up, 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 and up, and up. So I got what I wanted, but there's no obvious entry. So naturally what I do is I'm just going to scale in. And see what happens. Yeah, and take it really easy. Take it really easy. Just because shit happens, and I use limit orders. I don't use market orders to scale in. There's this thing on Bybit called chase. So you can, it's like a market order, but it chases the price and it limits it. I don't know if you've seen it. It's quite interesting. It's like marketing in, but without using a market order. So you set a limit order, but it chases the price until you fill, and so you get a limit fill with a market in it following the market. So it's quite interesting. I do like it. That's what I do. I chase when I want it, and I scale in. I scale in because I'm not sure, and if I'm feeling like the low is in now, then I can scale into that. That's kind of where I wanted it to be, and yeah. And just scale in, really. That's what I do, rather than go a bit. I mean, different people have their different methods, but I think looking at Bitcoin, I think a lot of people miss the entry because it didn't hit the point of control. So a lot of people wait for the point of control to be hit, and they'll miss the entry, wouldn't they? And then how do you enter? And then you see it pump, so you don't enter, and then it pull back. Maybe on the pullback you could enter, but there's no obvious entry here apart from this 30-minute swing failure. No obvious entry. Underneath the golden pocket. Maybe after it goes back above the golden pocket, that's your entry with your invalidation here. Yeah, so that's probably the only way to enter here. As the price goes there, you'd have to enter here with your invalidation right there. That's probably what happened, actually, just looking at the way the price moved, with traders just looking for the perfect entry, waiting for it to bottom here. As soon as it goes over, they start longing, or shorts start closing. But I like this, actually. So right now we're underneath the range var. Best case scenario, we just go up, and just everyone who got shook out is shook out, because maybe they're looking for lower, but actually the price has bottomed in this sense. And the fact that altcoins have started to move, you know, look at Sui, fuck me. after it bottomed. You don't get the best entry, but then you're actually following strength, aren't you? I think it's quite stronger, but then the fear, I think the fear of a lot of people is this corrective? Well, that was quite impulsive, wasn't it? But this is quite impulsive too. It's not really like, you could get the first impulse, which is a relief rally, but that's not it. That's not a relief rally. That's continuation. That second impulse is continuation, isn't it? So there is potentially the beginning of a 5-wave move here. We'd have to be shorter and take you up to there. But if you get up to there, then you're probably just going to flat, and then you'll probably do another move like that. Probably. That's kind of what it's looking like to me. If it wants to move once more on some of these altcoins. Look, I think this is slightly different now. It's not the same as before. Whereas before we got rejected and it looked like it was going to reject. Now it doesn't look like it. I'm just scaling in, taking it really gently, and if it's going up, it will just go up, won't it? It will just start moving up. If the market has seen the reaction, seen the price action, and then actually, like with Solana, it's really nice because there's still a move to be had, because the next move is going to go right up to there, fill all of that quickly. It'll go really fast if this holds here, and it looks like we're back above support. It's value area low, isn't it? So if it consolidates here for a little bit, bam, bullish, potentially bullish engulfing. We have to see how that ends, but that's really bullish, isn't it? That's not bearish at all. And then the other thing I was looking at on ETH BTC, I was looking at it earlier actually, and I thought it was really bullish, is the way it did this. It came down and it came right back up there. That's not going to go down. That was obviously going to go up, and then you see that massive injection of volume that came in. So I like what I'm seeing right now, and you can get shook out, and you can get shook. You can shake yourself right back in. It's possible. Do you know what I mean? It's not a big deal if you miss the bottom, because the theory now, this is the theory, that ETH BTC is trying to finally bottom. This daily candle, the only good thing about this daily candle that I can tell, I don't like that it's closing lower, but I mean, it's very difficult for it to close higher. It'd have to be really bullish for that to happen, extremely bullish. But the buying tail is bigger than the body, and so it's a really bullish candle. It's a really bullish candle because the buying tail is bigger than the body, so it's not a bearish candle. If it was bearish, you'd have and we haven't closed the candle yet, so we have to see how it closes, and that's important too, because if it just droops down to here, if the close now droops down to here, then it's actually a really bearish candle. But if it closes with the body being smaller than the buying tail, it's a bearish candle in the sense that the bears are in control because they were selling and they closed lower. But it's a really bullish candle because the bulls bought back more than the bears are able to push the price down. So it's actually a really bullish candle. The volume is the indicator. You've seen the volume is increasing volume, and the price was failed to get pushed down. So it's actually quite a nice bottoming candle. And even though you're looking for a swing failure of these green wicks, actually the true swing failure here are these red wicks. When you're looking at swing failures, look at the same color wicks. Don't look at the opposite color wicks. That's the strength of swing failures. Yeah, which is really, that's why I was yesterday. I was like, really, I missed it. I was a bit too slow. I should have pulled the trigger a bit quicker. I don't know. I guess I was a little bit biased. I don't know if I was a little bit biased or I was expecting something else. But it was basically, You see that swing failure is a weekly swing failure, green candle, and then you see this green candle. It's really, really bearish, and we have this big sell-off. And when you're looking at swing failures, you've got to look at the same color. So like, look at this one, this red wick here. You see it, it's swing failure, these red wicks. The price does go down, but it gets bought up because that's your signal, yeah, to buy. And so when you're looking at swing failures, I often look at the same colors. Red to the bottom is the red ones, and to the top is the green ones. Okay, so at the moment, looking at this, I'm not looking at any of these green wicks. I'm looking at this red one. Yeah, that's, for me, that's the most important one. That would have been nice, but it didn't manage to take the low there. But that's for me, that's a swing failure on the daily. It's really, really bullish. Oh, fucking hell. But I mean, when you're looking at the altcoins, they're still lower. They like, after the drop, they're still low. They're not. It's not like, oh my god. But you get worse. You don't get the absolute low, but you still, like, compared to the drop, they're still low. So if this is the reversal, that is a 12-hour on the SUI. That's a 12-hour bullish engulfing candle in play. With these bullish engulfing candles, it is possible to come all the way back down to test the bottom of the original candle. But usually when you have a bullish engulfing, the target is the same distance as the candle itself. That's your target, and that would take us right back into this range, basically to the point of control of this range, which is actually really bullish. If it was to do that tomorrow, it'd be like another green candle right up to the top there, basically. And then you've got a full-on reversal pattern here ready to go up effectively. So I do like what I'm seeing. And here you see here on Solana, again, look, it's looking like a swing failure, isn't it? Looking like a swing failure. So at the moment it's looking good. So I'm just going to keep an eye on, personally, and everyone can do what they want. I did say that I think the bottom, this is the bottom. Yeah, I mean, it's hard to kind of like, again, it's one thing analyzing, it's another thing trading. I do think it's possible ETH hits 270 by the end of this month, but let's see. That's also possible. There's lots of possibilities. No one knows what's going to happen. Yeah, everyone might feel safe that the low is in, and it might be, but you never know. You know, shit happens. But I think, what was I looking at here? This is Sol 220. Like, I've been talking about Solana 220. Look, this is the capitulation. BTC 97k will hold, but it will get really volatile. So I mean, this was at 726 this morning. Like, what the fuck? I kind of knew what was going to happen, but it shocks me every time when I say something and it actually happens the way I say it. And I wish I was in front of my computer, because I was such a busy day today, doing some other things that I wasn't really paying attention or focusing that much. I was just looking at my phone effectively. You see here, people are just buying, buying. Doesn't mean we can't go down, but in this sense, that's a V-shaped recovery. So this is Solana, that's a V-shape. I mean, ideally, the entry here is the 50 fib. So I do wonder if we go down like that to go up. I do wonder, and that would be correct off a V shape like that. A proper V, that's a proper V, isn't it? You see here that people are just buying a market. That's just market buying, which isn't. Could that just be an ABC corrective there to go up like that? So that's why I think scaling in, dollar cost averaging in, is just the easiest strategy when you're not sure and you don't have a clean entry, you don't have a clear entry. And then obviously you have to have an invalidation in this, like in the Solana's case. If it does go down, you do expect it to now then get back up. You don't expect it to go down and continue. That, you know, that's not what you're expecting. So if you do start entering there, or you're averaging in, and it doesn't do that, then you just have to set break even and let it stop out. If it wants to continue, if it actually does want to go down and then do that, I think that would look really bearish actually, but it would give people an entry. And then we're just ranging here, aren't we? If that happens, if we do go down like here, then we're just ranging here. This is just a range bound behavior. If this wants to return back up, then you're looking like that. You're looking to go up like that. Bam, bam, whatever, however low that gets. Bam, bam, and then you're just going right up with a quick move, very quick move. Another 10% smash up. If this is actually looking to bottom out. And so I'm just keeping an eye on my my ETH BTC chart, just because I kind of mapped it out a little bit to make sure that there aren't any significant variations from what I imagined. So that's kind of where we're at now. I guess in this context, what I don't want to happen, because it could always kind of fake out underneath this local range val, is in this context, I don't really want the price to get back into this local range here. So that would be perfect if it just found support there, but you could also come down just to find support here to go back up. Yeah, I don't want it to get back into this range now that we've lost this, we're out of this range. So actually this is a better place for the price to come back if it wants to come back and find support. Right now it looks like it's trying to find support, but I wouldn't go crazy just in case we do get a pullback. And this is actually and then if we see, if you just fall back here and you just can't get out, then okay, man, this is really, it becomes really bearish again. It's like really bearish. And if that happens, then I would probably think it's trying to go down. Actually, it's not. It doesn't really want to go up. So we're at a really important place where it's quite easy to see what happens next just by looking at this chart, because we have a very definite line, horizontal lines. It's actually really easy, isn't it? Because we've left this range. This is a failed auction of the lows of this overall range on ETH BTC. Yeah, it's a failed auction, and we're back into the range. So we have some very definite levels, and if the price just kind of holds, it's a good place to long. Really good place to long. It's like, it doesn't really matter where your altcoins are, because if this is the bottom on ETH against BTC, then we're going up. All altcoins will go up, basically. And maybe this is the bottom. Maybe this is the bottom. That's kind of where I'm at right now. And so what I'll be doing is I'll be I don't really care that the altcoins have pumped a little bit. I'll start scaling in, and that's kind of what I'm doing. I'm not financial advice, obviously. Not financial advice. I'll limit in, and the thing is, you just don't know. Like, you could try and catch the bottom, and you're probably right, because like I could have tried to catch the bottom and I was probably right, because of I'm thinking to myself, because I felt that 97 was the bottom. Yeah, I could have just been longing, hoping for the best, but really what I'm looking for is a sign, and for me this is quite a good sign. I like that. And that, at least now that I have the sign, if we lose that sign, then I have a clean invalidation, you know, so I'm not really expecting the price to do that. If it does that, then this is not what I want to see. And if I see that, then in the same way that this is what I wanted to see, I don't want to see this. If I start seeing that, then actually I'm wrong. And so therefore I'm just kind of gently scaling in. And if this is finding strength here, doesn't matter, because now we're going up, because that's the bottom. Effectively, that's what I'm suggesting. That could be the bottom. Little fake out here back into this range. And then when you're looking at ETH BTC, nice buying tail into the point of control. Little swing failure here, exactly what I was telling you, the swing failure of these two red wicks. We get a nice close above them. I'd buy that, huh? I'd buy that. I'd buy this candle. I'd be buying. I wouldn't be looking to sell. I wouldn't be expecting this to push down now. I'd be looking to this to go up now and reverse. And then if the market starts to realize that the bottom is in, then it's going to go up really fast, really quickly. Yeah, if that's the bottom. Let me have a look at this 3-day candles, because that's coming to a close too. Yeah, I'm okay with that. 3-day candle, lower, higher low. Look at that, higher low, and it closes here. It's okay. For me, that's a buy. It's a candle that you could buy. You could buy that candle, because you've put in a higher low here, and you've kind of closed into the body. It could go all the way down, but I would buy that. I'll be looking to buy that candle in this context, which is a reversal, a 3-day reversal. Even last week's close, you see it pushed down, it closed. It was kind of like a failure. Like, that's the thing, you know, the bears are trying to push it down to close it lower, and they failed. And so now we've gone down, but actually now it's looking like maybe it wants to go back up. And then this monthly is quite important. So we've got the monthly in a few days. I wonder how this is going to close. Again, do we end up with a really strong buying tail on the monthly? I'd like to see. So we could have a really strong end of month. That's kind of what I'm expecting, huh? A really strong end of month, and maybe this is going to be a bullish engulfing on this weekly time frame. That would be really nice, if we ended up with a bullish engulfing here on the weekly time frame. That's kind of what I wanted to see. Remember, I was telling you on ETH BTC, I want to see a bullish engulfing. If you see a bullish engulfing, then ETH is probably just going to pump to the moon. That'll be the beginning of the bottom. And so we're still a bit early in deciphering what's going to happen next. But let's see. Anyone else has got any thoughts? Big shakeout, massive shakeout. Big shakeout. SPX dropped, didn't it? Gap down. Was it the SPX, or it was? Yeah, gap down. Look, gap down. But it was a big gapper. Massive gap. So I think it's interesting how crypto dumped before the SPX gapped down. There was a big gap. 1.3% there. Let's have a look at the let's get rid of these lines. This is a DXY. What's that thing deleted? It looks like a breakdown on Friday of head and shoulders pattern here of sorts. And looking at that candle, I think it's actually quite a bearish candle, to be honest with you. I don't think it looks like, to me, it doesn't look like a reversal, just simply because you've gone all the way up to the top there as well. It could reverse, but I have to see what tomorrow is like, because if tomorrow is another red one, closing underneath that white line. Yeah, last week DXY. It's begun with some indecision. It's really bearish, huh? And actually, what you've actually done today is gone all the way up to test, and you've fallen back underneath the low of the weekly low. You've gone all the way up for a test, and you've fallen right back. I'm not sure which happened first. It went up first and then it dropped. See that? So it went up first, then it dropped. It went up first, dropped, took the liquidity, closed lower. Indecision, but it's a bearish indecision in this context. It probably looks like it wants to continue going down, like so that's what I think. And here the 3-day time frame closes in 40 minutes, and that's a continuation. It's a continuation candle because you've closed lower. It's a pretty bearish one as well. You've got quite a wide body, very small buying tail, so that's probably looking, if it wants to, it'll go up to there and then drop again, probably. That's what I'm looking at now on this DXY. So all the way down to here, probably, if it wants to continue like that. So anyway, so I don't think it's a good idea to just kind of FOMO in. All right, I'm not suggesting that in the slightest. FOMO is a killer. It's going to kill you. I don't think it's a good idea to FOMO in. I think it's a good idea to scale in based on time and average in, and just do it in small amounts. If this is the bottom, it's going up. It doesn't really matter if you scale in small amounts over a period of time, because the theory or the thesis is that we're bottoming out and it is about to run, and we're gonna have a really good run, a really strong run. Okay, and so I saw the post by Danny today in Discord, and Benjamin Cohen is extremely bearish. Whatever. But I don't know if he was expecting this kind of reaction either. And that's kind of what we want to see. You want to see a strong reaction, a strong bullish reaction. Where's my volume gone? Look at that volume, high volume, strong buying tail. SFP of those lows, swing failure pattern of those lows is really bullish. Yeah, in this context, look, it came to the value area low, tapped it, bought right back up. Look at the volume. So if this was bearish, if this wanted to go down, what's all that buying? There's a lot of buying, huh? Like, that's, if we're in a bear season, this is not how it, this is not what it's going to look like. Actually, you'll probably end up with a really small green candle. If it was bear season, it would be like a some kind of rally, relief rally, like a capitulation bounce. But actually that would be quite bearish. If this is green with a small body, I think it'd be more bearish than if it was red like that. And actually, you don't really, in this context, you don't really. I thought maybe it was possible we do capitulate to 2,700 in the future. I don't know if it was going to be today or not, but actually, I don't think it's going to happen anytime soon, just because we've already had that big buying tail. So it's obviously finding support. Taking out that low would be really bearish, because that would be another lower low, because we're in a bit of a downtrend now, aren't we, with ETH, after we took out lower low, lower high. That's your lower low, lower high. You don't want to put in another lower low, and look, you've just got continuation of a bearish downtrend. And so if this is actually now trying to find support and it can't go lower, then we can actually maybe go and take out that high. That's what we need to do. Go all the way up to take out that high, higher high, higher low, and then we can actually get out of here. More dump is coming, huh? Yeah, it's possible. So you just got to be careful. Ideally, you just want to pull back, and then see what happens. But I think I am going to kind of gently scale in, as long as, yeah, you see, spoke too soon, huh? So that's why I said gently scaling. Just in case you don't want to kind of go crazy, just in case, because you're not sure, huh? You're not sure. That looks like it's holding, but like I said, if that now falls back into this value area, then that's not good. That's not good. And so then actually you'll end up with all of these altcoins pulling back again, and there's no clear entry. Absolutely no clear entry. Let me have a look at SLERF. Anyways, I don't think they're not pulling back that badly, are they? On SLERF, you've come above the point of control. So on something like SLERF, if it does want to pull back, like do a little ABC and come back and do a nice back test of the pool and find support there, that would be a perfect entry on SLERF. 1526. Let me have a look at the volume on SLERF. And what's interesting about these tokens is they do kind of, they kind of rhyme together. They're in rhythm together. So when one comes into support, usually a bunch of others come into support as well at the same time. Especially these ones which have kind of slightly higher volume. And like this, the great thing about SLERF is it's not like some of the other shit coins like WIF, which are just continuously dump. With this one, we can actually see if it finds support, because we'll get a nice clean test of this point of control, won't we? So that level was correct that I had marked out. Value area high is lower. The great thing about this token is this is the whole range. It's a brand new token. We've got this really nice price action. So it kind of moves in synergy with Solana, to be honest with you. In SLERF, we're at the lows. Solana, we're at the highs, technically. So if Solana goes into price discovery, this is going to run like there's no tomorrow. That's why I'm interested in SLERF. And also, I'm interested, like I've said yesterday, I'm interested in SLERF because there's a lot of liquidity that can quickly come into SLERF from all the other meme coins. In the same way that you saw Trump pump, the Trump token pump, and all these other shit tokens pump. That's why I'm interested in SLERF, because if Solana decides, if the community decides they want to pump this, you can suddenly start getting billions of dollars of value just pouring into it, you know. So it could, if this starts to run, it could go crazy parabolic. Yeah, that's why I have quite a big spot position on this. But I'm actually trying to fucking catch a leveraged position, but it hasn't been easy, because you get, I thought I had some really good positions that got invalidated like several times, because it, like, I thought that 20 that, what is it, that 89k long was perfect. I took profit, because I saw it was looking to reverse, and look at it, came all the way back to my entry. And now we're kind of come back to the point of control. So I think possibly this is actually looking good to go up. Let me have a look here. Monthly candles, decreasing volume, swing failure on this monthly previous month low. Look at that swing failure. If that monthly candle holds, that will reverse. That you could buy that in the monthly time frame. If it closes like that, you could buy that candle. Basically. RH, hi, welcome. Today, this week has been a higher low here. This is a 3-day candle. Buy that. Buy that. The next one's going to be green. It's going to go all the way up, I think. It's just a failure of the bears to push the price down. 3 days, they failed. They've been selling, and you've basically failed to push the price down. Because if this was bearish and it wanted to go down after that green doji, you'd go down. You'd have a nice strong down red candle. You took the low of the previous candle, came right back up, closed lower, but actually it's a failure. It just, to me, it looks like a failure of the bears to push the price down. 3 days, and they haven't really succeeded after this bearish engulfing. That's what that is. This is a bearish engulfing. So it's a strong bearish candle, increasing volume, bearish engulfing, and you've had 2 more candles. That's 6 days for the bears trying to push the price down, and they've actually failed. 6 days in a row they've failed to push the price down. And in this the current candle, you see you've taken the liquidity from the lows, you've come right back up, you've closed lower, but again, it just shows you that the bears are in control and they haven't successfully managed to do what they wanted to do, which is take the price down. So I think the probability is up on SLERF, but this is a 3-day time frame, so I'm definitely not suggesting that people ape in now, but I will definitely be looking to scale into that strongly, looking at this setup right now above the point of control, with what I'm seeing in ETH BTC. As long as that doesn't change, because that really does kind of bother me a little bit. If that changes, I don't really want that to go down, and so if that goes down, I'm going to pause. I'll be pausing and just reevaluating my my analysis. Let's see where we are now. Look at that. It's come and bounced off that yellow, that fucking yellow trend line that I drew. I've drawn these quite accurately, by the way. So I do it using a magnet tool. So it's trying to find a little bit of support of that stupid trend line. As long as we don't come back into this lower range, I'm good. Let's have a look. Altcoin Dream says we could. Yeah, I think it's possible. It'd be an amazing entry if we go down to take the lows there. Amazing entry. It'd be hard to buy because it would look extremely bearish to go down. And then to go down like that, you need a really strong. I think I'd like to see how we go down, because if you just suddenly have another sell-off, then I think probably yes. But if we start to like slowly slide down, then probably no. Like if we start to bleed down, then no. I think if we sell off, then yes. Because if we bleed down, then you get a short squeeze, but then you're still, the momentum starts to really push downwards. I think it would have to be a really sharp down and up. If we started going down, you get a lot of shorts would enter again, wouldn't they? They'd be shorting like crazy. They'd be thinking this is really going down. So you want to go really down really fast. Another rejection, and then bang right up. Massive liquidity grab. It's possible, huh? It's really, honestly, it's really possible. I think what I'm looking at now, I'm not seeing it because I like what I'm seeing here. I really do. So that just gives me a little bit of confidence to scale in to all my freaking altcoins that I've been trying to buy. Let's see what happens with that. And what would be good to actually, it would be interesting to see this go up if BTC does pull back, because that will be definitely be a sign that we want to go up, that BTC is totally bottomed out. And it's weird, we're in like 101k in BTC. We're talking about BTC bottoming out. The next move here, if we do get above there, it would be like that, bam, right up to the top. Then you'll be in a, and then whatever. Doesn't really matter then. Let's see how that plays out. Yeah, I mean, it's hard to, this looks like it's grinding up, so it's really hard to buy these because everyone's looking for the pullback, but actually it could just do this and this and this and this and this and there, and then you're in your zone. Thoughts? The one that I'm really interested in is SLERF, actually. SLERF and Solana. Because I think this time if SLERF, if Solana goes up, then Solana's going to pump all the way up to crazy numbers. And it hit 220, which is kind of my area of interest. It actually front run the exact number that I was looking at. And we're just back into this range. I think Solana, if it does manage to snap up like that, then I don't think anything's going to hold it. It'll just go up and up and up, and then you'll just be pumping like crazy. It'll be a real crazy recovery if it did that. It does look bearish, huh? And that's the thing when you're looking at it. But this is potentially a bullish reversal here, just on this weekly time frame. So just because we kind of hit the liquidity levels and we just took it, and we had a real good strong reaction, I am actually thinking now up rather than down. Like, how many pullbacks do you have? That was the moment of glory. That was a bearish engulfing, wasn't it? That was the chance. That was the sell, and it was just brought right back up. So I'm actually thinking that there might be more selling, but I think it's done at the moment. That's what I'm thinking. Let me have a look at USD dominance. Didn't go up though. Get rid of these. Can't really tell. It doesn't look bullish. It just looks like you're consolidating in these lows, ready to go down. Actually, it looks bearish, if anything, just because you've got this kind of higher time frame weekly consolidation here on support after you got this big drop into the value area high, back into the value area. It doesn't look like it wants to go up at the moment. It does look like, because we are putting in lower highs as well. If you look at the green wicks on these candles, you see if you look at the green wicks, they're all kind of lower, 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 lower. So it does look like we could take another step down on USDT dominance. I'm not sure when, but it does look like it could happen sometime. I think the most interesting thing is people are still bearish, and so actually probably going to still go up. But it's probably going to go up, and that's usually what happens when you get really bullish. It's probably going to go down, and when you get really bearish, it's probably going to do the opposite. Let me have a look at this Quanex. I've actually mapped Quanex against SLERF because I've got quite similar position sizes with Quanex and SLERF on the same exchange and gate. And so what I've been thinking about doing is trading between one to the other because they're quite similar market caps. So I think the people in Quanex are going to hate me, but I've been selling Quanex and buying SLERF with a view of taking it right down to here and then putting it all back into Quanex. That's what I'm thinking, actually. See if I can ride this train, because I don't expect to break out, although it looks like it. I don't really expect that. I expect it more like this between the two. But Quanex had some volume today. A little bit of volume. Look at that. A little bit of green volume, which is unusual. I'm not really sure about where this could be. It's at the right place for a crab, which is a really bullish, in this context, is a bullish harmonic. Could it front run, or are we still going for one more down? This is the question. To hit this anchored VWAP, come to actually hit this value area low, that would be a little bit further down. But we just got this big volume in. I haven't seen the Quanex put that much volume for a while. After this bearish daily candle, really bearish daily candle, this is actually, for me, this is actually quite bullish to see that. Looking at these 12-hour type candles, it's looking like a little bit of a bullish reversal here forming. The next one is green, then we're going up, basically. Red, red, green, green, green. So the next 12 hours are going to be really important to see if we're actually reversing here. It's the right place as well, because it's just at the lows after you've on a double bottom type place. So if the next candle is green, then I'm actually thinking, so we have to see. I mean, we don't really know what's going to happen, do we? Oh, some coins are just pumping like crazy. JTO is pumping. So a lot of altcoins are actually starting to pump, huh? I'm just looking at them. Some haven't pumped. So I think it's quite a good time and place to start looking at coins that haven't pumped, yeah, and positioning yourself if we're about to bottom out. Because I mean, I think just looking at Dtravel really got me really interested in this being the bottom, because someone came and just bought a shit ton of that, didn't they? Look at the volume on that. 717,000. This is on Binance. That's at 89 cents. So that's about 600, I'd say probably about $650,000 or something like that. Market buyer, just like a market buy, bam. No food for thought, just whatever, just market buy. Someone just wanted a shit ton of Ava. No food for thought. Wasn't interested in scaling in, wasn't interested in slowly buying. They just wanted to just push it up. Yeah, so that's bullish. Like if you want to think, if you want to see bullish price action, that is bullish. Increasing volume, bullish right from the lows. Someone just took a big chunk out of that. That changes a lot of things, because you've been in this kind of this downward momentum, and then suddenly you get this kind of volume coming in. That's your wave one. Like if you're contemplating this, that's wave one. That's your first wave. And so the next one, correction, probably flat here. Looking at it, probably be flat, back above the VWAP here. And then if the market starts to move, you'll have your wave three here, your next wave, bam, up. So I'm looking at that, I'm feeling quite bullish on a lot of things, because who does that, and who would do that if they didn't expect higher prices? Does that make sense? You only do that if you're expecting higher prices, don't you? Or you're looking for higher prices. It's just my opinion. Let's see if this alt season isn't a bullshit fake out. And what time is it now? We're a few minutes away from daily close. Let's just have a look at these tokens then. Let's have a look at the daily closes. Yeah, I like that. I like Solana's daily close. Honestly, I really like it. I think I'm gonna buy this. Maybe not exactly at daily close, but the pullback, I'll be buying that pullback on Solana. This next candle has to be green, and then you've got a reversal on your hands on Sui. Slightly different from the other candles. From this one, slightly different. Because the next candle could be a green engulfing, yeah? And then that will be a full bullish reversal there, whereas this one, you don't even have a piercing here. So if it's green and it closes higher, then we're going up. Yeah, so basically the next one really needs to be green. Ideally, it needs to close higher, and then you're starting to go up instead of down. Yeah, that's kind of what you want to see on Sui. So it's slightly different. Still a higher lower. Fucking hell. Just by an inch, a millimeter. Look, not an inch, less than an inch. Look at that. Look at that. A fraction. So amazing, huh? Amazing on Sui. That was your higher high, higher low, higher high. Could that be a higher low? Like literally by a fraction. Higher low. Look at that volume. So that's really quite good, huh? If that's the higher low. And then is the next one a higher high? Let's see. That would be really bullish, huh? If that was your higher low. But you have a nice invalidation there, because that's really quite big volume. I just think if SUI now goes down and takes this low, then you'd probably have a big there's probably a lot of leverage there. It'd be like that. So you've got a really tight invalidation. It's not that tight, but tomorrow, I mean, if tomorrow wants to be a bearish day, you could end up closing here without taking that low. If tomorrow ends up to be another sell-off, another 10% down, that would still be bullish. So as long as you don't take this low now, which would be that low, you're good. You just, if you have a red candle, you close there, you could buy that red candle, and it is possible that happens. That is definitely possible. But you're looking at a 12-hour bullish engulfing here, so that's a really strong bullish reversal pattern on this time frame, closing higher than the previous candle because the volume is nice. So with these bullish engulfings, even if the price comes back down to here, it's still bullish. It stops being bullish the minute you get a close underneath that bullish engulfing candle on the same time frame. Then you've invalidated the bullish engulfing in candle, because the whole point of a bullish engulfing in candle is to be a bullish reversal. So you don't expect a 12, like in this time frame, a 12-hour close underneath that candle low. That would be no longer bullish. It would be a bull trap effectively. And so you would have to basically, if that happens, then actually this is going down. This isn't going up. That's not a reversal. It's like a trap. And then you're basically going down then, really. Because then you're also putting a lower low here. And we haven't had that. So we've just put in a higher low. So that's quite nice. Again, the buying tail on SLERF, increasing volume. It's pretty, after that bearish day yesterday, bearish day today, it just bought right back up. I think that goes hand in hand with Solana. I see SLERF is more bullish than Solana, so I do feel that we could be, usually when SLERF is more bullish than Solana, I get really bullish vibes. Usually that's how I feel. I think the people who they're buying SLERF, like this is what I'm saying with SLERF. You've got anyone who's bullish on SLERF, they're starting to buy, sorry, on Solana, they're buying SLERF. Let's have a look at this. Shorts have been closing, pushing the price up. Underneath the value area high. I mean, what's that line? That's the VWAP, isn't it? So that's about 100,403 about 50% pullback, which would make sense. A 50% pullback makes a lot of sense, because you're looking at a V shape with a 50% pullback into your anchored VWAP here. Same line here, isn't it? It's the same line here. See how that looks like on EXO charts. Got some single prints here. So just kind of come down to tap the first single prints here. That makes sense. So what you're suggesting on Bitcoin, it makes a lot of sense. I'd like to see that, actually. I'd really like to see that, to be honest. That's why I'm not suggesting that anyone go in heavy and go crazy long. Just don't be I don't think it's a good idea to not be exposed, but I mean, I guess everyone has spots, so it shouldn't matter. Just on this local time frame, the only thing that changes this is the absorption, because that could change how far it pulls back. A one-to-one brings us to your area, basically. Look, see there. Which is correct, and you'd be looking to I mean, basically you're looking for an immediate sell-off at daily close. Let's see if we get that, because that's what you're asking for. You're asking for a sell-off, sell, like something to replicate this, like a good hour of selling or half an hour, find support there, and then up. So we'll see, because I'm going to stay online, and I'm seeing a lot of kind of bullishness. So on altcoins now, which makes a change. I haven't fucking seen bullishness in a while. It's been really bearish. It's been really miserable. Altcoins have just been depressingly bleeding. Finally, I'm just looking at altcoins now on my list here on my phone, and I'm going, wow, actually some people are buying it there, and the thing is, they're so illiquid that they're just market buying, and so you're getting these little impulsive type moves on a lot of these altcoins now. Yeah. All right. How many more minutes? 7 minutes. Okay, ENA. Just there's your first 5 waves. Bit of a correction there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Correction. ENA looks good, huh? ENA looks like a good one. I've got a spot on that anyway, so I'm not really too bothered, but let's hope this is it, huh? Fucking hell, it's been so painful. I hope we just go up now. I'm really fed up. I just want us to have a really nice mini alt season. Just, it's been so stressful. I don't think we are. I think it's just going to be painful. I'm actually just wondering if Look, this is good, huh? I'm actually really good with this. ETH BTC is doing exactly what I wanted it to do. Altcoin dreaming, yeah, either don't break the high and go down to some zone somewhere, as that won't be a daily VWAP in 6 minutes, or break the high and fill the SPs, the upside, the selling imbalance. Look at this. I think this is really nice. I really do. I really think this is nice. I am wondering if we just, on daily close, we just go up. We just literally go up. No thought of yesterday. No pullback. Just because of the market. The market is really bullish. They're feeling bullish. They feel like they want all season. Look. We'll see now. We'll see what happens. Asia. What does Asia do? Well, my thesis is just based on ETH BTC. If ETH BTC has bottomed out, then that's kind of where I want to buy. That's basically where I wanted to buy all my altcoins, right there, back into the range. Like I always said I don't really care about the price. That's kind of where I want to go a little bit heavier. So just kind of scaling a little bit and hope I don't get wrecked. How many more minutes? 3 minutes, huh? When do you want to buy? I'm honestly, I'm just scaling in. I'm just literally scaling in. Very small amounts. Just because it doesn't matter. I mean, like, honestly, this is the thing. When you scale in, like, everyone has different kind of methods for trading or for buying and selling. If you're going up and you're scaling in, you're just getting the average of the move, huh? Whatever the move is. Like, if altcoins are about to start moving, yeah. This is Sui, but like, let's just take altcoins which are really depressed for a long period. I'm not buying cake, but let's just take cake as an example. Yeah, it's like 128% to the highs there. Yeah, so if the bottom's in on altcoins and ETH starts to pump and altcoins start to pump, then this is going to go to there. That's your target. The target stuff is a previous high, is like a previous significant high. I'm not really looking for this to go to the moon, honestly. I think that's my conservative target, and it's the same with ETH as well. I'm not looking for ETH to go to $20,000. That doesn't make any sense to me. I'm looking for ETH to go back to the all-time high. Yeah, and it's not going to happen in one go, because you still have point of control, you still have the value area high. But if ETH has the ability to get up to there, then it will probably break out and hit the all-time high. And you'll hit, if you do break up and hit the all-time high, you're going to get a lot of people go, you better buy ETH. ETH is about to go parabolic. This is the move. We're going to the moon. All that shit. Actually, for me, That's a massive exit from crypto. Honestly, I really think that's the end of this fake alt season that I'm imagining. And it doesn't look, I'm just not looking for higher at the moment, because I think there's a lot of things that need to happen for higher, and one of those things includes BTC being tested at 70k. That wouldn't be bad actually, because based on this, sorry, I don't know, maybe a 1-to-1. I'm not sure exactly which pivot to use, because there's so many pivots here. Which one do you use? Maybe that one. You have to see whether you get a reaction. 618 is back to this high, so there'll be that's your first area of resistance back at that high, and then the next one is probably just above the all-time high. So really that's probably your, in my mind. So daily closes just happened, so we're not going straight up, are we? Are we going straight up? Huh. Let's see on the exo charts. That's how you know. Refresh it. Do you get any? Oh, whoa. Look at that. Bearish CBD. Straight into bearish CBD. Look. But it's put in a higher high, so technically invalidated. Oh no, it hasn't. That's your high you have to take out. Probably going down. Just looking at that. But not necessarily with altcoins, huh? It doesn't always mean dump, huh? It can be leading, and if you take out that high now, then it's leading, so you've invalidated the bearish CBD. So, but at the moment, what you can see clearly is that someone has put a limit sell but orders there, and market buying is being blocked. You see the CBD is going up. Oh, this is lagging now, but the CBD is going up, and the price is putting in a lower high here, and the CBD is putting in a higher. This is lagging, so I can't tell now. But exo charts does that sometimes. Let's have a look at ETH here on Binance. And look at that. Boof. Yeah, I mean, this really could be we have to see what happens. Can't tell. Don't know. I don't think dump's the right word. But look, ETH is going up. Look at ETH. ETH is going up. Up. Look. Some people are market longing ETH. That's kind of what you want to see, yeah? Market longing. Straight off the daily open. Usually daily opens gets tested, so but it's such a the PDI yesterday is such a small candle. The body is such a small candle that will be your first take profit if you're longing now anyway. But look, you see some people are longing there. That's an easy trade because they long and they'll just take profit at the previous. It's just a really easy trade now that you see some longing is going on here. Just a real, it's a scalp really. Look, Bitcoin is just taking that high. So you see that that was invalidated. That bullish, bearish CVD was just invalidated. Oh, everything's going up. Fuck me. Fuck a duck. Bye, 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 bye. No, it's not going down. It's everything's going up. It's not going down. Like a duck. Oh, let's go back to my chart. Yeah, market people are just market buying, huh? Market buying. This is good. We're still good here. And what you've got, what you actually have is the market buying. That's what you have. The market's buying. People actually literally market buying, which is quite healthy actually. You know, it's not unhealthy. Whereas normally you get shorts get squeezed. Right now, market people are actually literally market buying. Their tokens. I don't market buy. I told you I chase limit orders because you always get selling as well. You get buying and selling. So when you chase limit, you get a limit fill, but you get it at the market price. So it's much cheaper. So I don't actually help the market. I don't push the price up when I place orders. I cheat. I'm a bit of a cheat. But that's only because of them. It depends. If I'm taking a swing failure, you have to market in. This is a good sign, isn't it? Look at that. Solana. Let's pump it. Let's pump it. Let's pump it to the moon. Maybe we can feel that. Maybe Asia's going to really push this. Look at SLERF. It's SLERF. Yeah, SLERF. Bam, bam. Let's go up. Let's take it up. Then it'll probably come back down for a test. There you go. Look, market buy straight up. No hesitation. That already is a bullish engulfing type candle forming right now. See that? Low volume. So, but potentially, we have to see. It could be really bullish on a lot of these candles. Look, see Solana, just market buy. Market buy. People are just market buying. Sound effects. Yeah, why not? That's kind of what people wanted to see. Yeah, they wanted to kind of we needed this. We needed like a little bit of a buying tail. People can now confidently buy. Asia's buying now. America's going to wake up and sell probably. Or they may just push it higher. You know, that's the thing. You just don't know what's going to happen. If they see that the price is pushed up, you may get FOMO. Yeah, people are waiting for the pullback on, say, Solana. If you don't get it, what do you do if you haven't bought? Buy the breakout. SLERF is breaking out. Look at that. Don't know. Look at that on ETH. Buy, and that's a market buy. That's just straight off the market there. Daily open. It's just market buy. The volume is decreasing here, so that's something to be aware of. Look at BTC. BTC, look, market buy straight into range VAR. Straight, it says a market buy on BTC. Good to buy them. I don't know. I told you I'm scaling in, so like, see, that's a that's a take profit. Someone's just took profit. See that? Take some two take profits. If you back test a range VAR and you hold it as support, then you're going to get more buying. So at the moment, if you're looking to buy, it'd be good to see if the VWAP holds as support. Otherwise, you could get a test, another test of daily open. So really, daily open, a test of daily open would be the right place to buy. Because if this wants to go down, because you never know, right? If this wants to go down, lower high, and then you would end up with a red candle. It's exactly what it would look like to begin with. Buy at the beginning, find resistance, struggle to go up, and then the selling begins, and then actually you end up going down. Yeah, so it could be a good place to buy. It could also be the best place to sell. So you just don't know. But what's actually happened is from daily open, you've got some market buying. You've just got some people buying the daily open. That's what we're experiencing now. Yeah, that's what this is, market buying. See here, someone's shorted. But we're above the VWAP at the moment. We're above daily open. As long as it stays above a VWAP above daily open, that's bullish. You can buy. As long as it stays above the daily open and above the VWAP, and if you start seeing bullish absorption, then it gives people, it'll give people confidence to buy more, huh? To keep on buying. Yeah. So at the moment we're getting a little bit of absorption, and sometimes what happens is that you get a little liquidation and then it still goes up. Yeah, because these people who are like, you'll get max leverage, 100x leverage market buy off daily open, really tight invalidation. Yeah, you'll get that kind of price action. And so sometimes you get the market will come and liquidate those early longs and then still take it up sometimes. But at the moment, because the price is above it, daily open is support, the VWAP is technically it's support. Does that make sense? Miria, huh? And Miria had a really bad day today, didn't it? Because it had a really good day yesterday. I'm pretty bullish on pretty much everything right now, just because of my idea which I had. But you just got to be aware that it is possible for the price to pull back, and that will trap people if they're long. If they're longing here, they'll get trapped. So I think if you were to long here and the price did lose daily open and the VWAP and came back to resist, then you can't just hopium for higher prices, because the price might then be deciding to go further down for a test at 100,400, like at the 50-50 fib, basically. So no one really knows what's going to happen. Yeah, that's why I said, like, look, see, it's coming back here. These are shorts coming in at the moment. These are short. This is actual shorting happening, and so that will put people underwater if they're longing the highs, especially if they're max longing. And so at the moment, This is a long just closed. See, long just closed out. They're like panicking. I'm like, oh my god, what's going on? That close. Can't tell. It's hard to tell. But you're buying into resistance effectively, and it has to be quite high volume to push it. You'd have to see continuous buying. So at the moment, they're getting some continuous buying. See that? Some buying. But you're coming into resistance. That's resistance. And the range value area high is resistance. So you've got people buying into resistance. You need to see continuous market buying to get through that. That's really what needs to happen. You want me to have a look at Miria, huh? So Miria had a bit of a bearish. It's interesting because when everything was going down, Miria was actually going up. And then today, when everything was kind of trying to go up, Miria actually was falling down. I think Miria is good. Miria for me looks really good. It's above the point of control. You've got this nice bullish volume these last how many days? Lots of bullish volume here. And then that's a big take profit volume. Kind of to coincide with the rest of the market. Strong buying tail, huh? Really strong buying tail. I think it's a good, it's not a bad place. It's not a bad token, to be honest with you, because you can see there's interest. It's quite liquid, because I do trade Miria on my on derivatives. It's quite liquid. If you want to fill a big position, it's not easy to do that. So yeah, that's probably why you get this kind of impulsive price action. It's a lot, huh? 326 million is a lot. The most I buy is 1 million, which is not much. It's like $1,000 or something. $2,000. Now, illiquid means there's not enough liquidity. So when you do large orders, the price moves away from your order. It slips. So you want to buy at this price here. By the time you fill, it's already gone up 59%. Yeah. So it's illiquid. But that was a pretty big order. That was impulsive. That was an impulsive big order. That was your massive impulsive. You got some quite impulsive price action. That's impulsive. So yeah. Again, I think what I'm focused on is ETH BTC. Like really, this is important. Yeah. I just if it doesn't hold support, I'm losing. I'll lose interest. With altcoins. Literally. That has to hold support. How many minutes has it been now? Yeah, it looks like it's trying to. It's always scary when you get the price coming back into support, because you're kind of thinking, what if you lose support? Then it's going down. This is okay, huh? This is at the moment it's okay. It's just kind of going sideways. It's like you've had this first impulsive move and it's just kind of consolidating. Well, let's see. I would say try not to go too crazy, just in case we do get a pullback. But it might be worth like trying some small longs and building on it, and see what happens, or having a tighten validation. Because I think in the context of Bitcoin, if we are going up, then you don't want to lose the daily open. Which is down here, and it is possible to lose the daily open and go back up. That's sometimes you'll get a wick. That's why you get a wick underneath the candles, because the price goes all the way back down for a test, stops out all the early longs, and then that's when the price then continues, because it's just going back to test daily open. But sometimes, you know, Bitcoin, this is a really strong bullish candle. It'll just range here for a while. It'll just go sideways, and then it'll just go up anyway, and you won't get the test. You just don't get a test, and that's when you get these clean flat bottoms. No wick on the next candle. But I think what we want today, whatever happens today, we need a bullish engulfing on this previous candle. So we just have to close higher than yesterday's high. If you get that on Bitcoin with this bullish tail, then we're laughing basically, because you've gone from this really ugly bearish candle to this really strong bullish buying tail to a bullish engulfing. It'll be really bullish, and back into above the range VAR. But you see right now, you see this, we're getting a little bit of resistance. That's what that is, a little bit of resistance, and no one really knows what's going to happen. Like literally, it's impossible to say. Some longs are closing now. You see that? Some early longs are closing out. That's what that is. And the only way for the price to go up is for longs to open. Market in. You get 1 million, 1.1 million. So possibly the longs who came in here, they closed out. They just closed because they're underwater, and they're worried now. They're kind of shitting their pants a little bit. Possibly. Cup and handle eat. How's TRVL? Well, TRVL isn't looking good. It's not looking good. Let's have a look at TRVL. I haven't really been looking at it, just because there's nothing good to look at, and it's probably I'm just not looking at it really. Just it's a shame, because I want to look at it, but it's not looking great. It's a tricky one with TRVL, because you need market structure change. Yeah, and you're not going to get that at the moment without taking out this low. That's really the problem. And the only way we can change markets, we're in bearish market structure, is to take out this high. You'd have to literally, the price of TRVL would have to go up. Maybe not that high. Maybe this high would be enough, this green candle. Maybe that green candle would be enough there. Lower low, you need to go up to there and change market structure. But I mean, realistically speaking, that's not even correct. It's really, that's the high, isn't it? It's up there. That's just a continuation candle. I mean, arguably you could say I've often used green candles or red candles to indicate highs and lows, but maybe not. Maybe that's your high. I don't know. I'm not 100%, because it's looking at the 3-day chart. That's your high, isn't it? That's your lower high. It's your lower low. So the problem here is you need to go up to change, to put in a higher high. That's the problem. It's quite a distance. It basically has to go up 72% to put in a higher high. And these last 3 days, we've got a bearish engulfing candle, haven't we? Whereas a lot of tokens have got really nice strong buying tails, we're kind of Not really. So there is a swing failure here in play based on what I said. So it could continue to go up, especially if the rest of the market starts to pump. But I think a lot of people are going to struggle to buy TRVL, to be honest with you. Just looking at the chart, it'd be very difficult for people to buy. And so what you might end up with is more of a prolonged period like this. So you might end up with, you know, something similar for a chance to change the structure here, take out that low, go out and take out that high, something very similar to there, or something similar to here. So I think it's unlikely that we get a V-shaped recovery, because I have never seen a V-shaped recovery on TRVL. That would require quite a lot of buying and quite a lot of volume. You could argue that's a V-shaped recovery. It still took a long time, huh? It still took 50 days. 50 days. That's kind of what you'd want to see. If we were able to get a V, it would be like that. You start seeing that kind of price action similar to that. I think people would sell into that. That's the problem with these V-shaped recoveries. We haven't seen any indication of people buying after a pivot high has been made. What happens is they sell and then the price comes down. We haven't actually seen any kind of resemblance of people absorbing for higher prices like that. They're not looking for higher. I think most people are just happy to just take the profit and let it drop right back to the lows again. So some people have made money off this selling, and then they just reaccumulate. So you're getting a little bit of reaccumulation here of the same people, and they'll just take it up here and put in a lower high and sell it again. That's basically what's happening with TRVL. So it's a very difficult chart to imagine any difference in the current context. I don't think all season is going to make any difference. The only thing that will make any difference is if suddenly we get a massive wave of retail come into the market. Maybe that will make a difference. With good marketing, it's possible that retail could take it up, because they'll go, oh, I'm really bullish on Airbnb. This is amazing. Buy, buy, buy. And it's quite liquid and it will go up really fast. It's the only kind of context where this could probably do well. I don't know. I don't think the crypto people are that interested in this, because the utility of the token is not very attractive to crypto crowd, and I think that's part of the problem. So now what I've done, interestingly enough, I mean, I haven't sold my TRVL. Let me look at this BTC. Look at that. See that? No. It's coming down to test. It's coming down to test. See that? So there's if BTC. If BTC is holding up nicely, but if it's pulling back now, you see that? So we're getting a little test on BTC. Doesn't mean it's going down, but that's what usually happens when you have a daily open. Daily open, you get the first people, they buy quick. It's a scalp, huh? Market buy and scalp. If you market bought the daily open there, you make like 0.5%. That's what they do. They scalp 0.5% on daily open. That's the trade. It's actual trade, huh? You wouldn't hold that hoping for higher. You scalp the first move, and then that's why you get the pullback. And so latecomers get annihilated. Look, we're back underneath the VWAP. See, now we're above the daily open, underneath the VWAP. This is going to require bullish absorption now. This is literally going to require bullish CVD. If you start seeing bullish CVD here, you could probably start buying, but until you see that, and actually, interesting enough, we're now starting to see bearish CVD. You see that? So I think it's probable we go down and test the wick. Probable, huh? It's probable that we go down for a test. It makes sense, doesn't it? So you got to be I mean, we haven't lost daily open yet, so anything could happen, but it makes sense. It makes sense if we go for a test. Look, we're getting a little bit of bearish CVD here. You can see it, huh? Look, see this, the buying's being absorbed. The CVD's going up. The price isn't. The wick, yeah, the wick, the daily wick, huh? I'll show you. Look, now shorts are entering. See that? That's a short. A short just entered. So it's that was so we're not going up. It doesn't look like it. Huh? Looks like we're going down. It looks like we want to go down. Look at that. So this is going to feel bearish. We're going all the way down to never 100%, and I'm never sure, but the correct place I think it's 100k. I think altcoin dream's got 100,400, but I think we're going to go down to the 50 fib. Where is the 50 fib? You could do 50 fib of the whole candle or 50 fib of the wick, maybe the whole candle, or maybe actually what would be better would be just the 50 fib of this move, just to that pivot. Yeah, maybe 100. I think somewhere around 100 would be correct. That will be the test, huh? That's the kind of the test we'll be looking for. I think Solana may just go up, huh? May just go flat and just go up. I don't know if Solana's going to follow the rest of the market. It might, but Solana's found itself back in the range here, you know. So yeah, we have to see what happens. So I think it's just looking at the price action now. That first move happened. Look, there you go, see that? So again for ETH, it's a tricky one because the price could still go up because we are putting higher lows here. It could still go up, like we don't know, but I think the best we're basically down to 3,141. 3,000, let me have a look what that would be. Oh, I'm falling asleep. I'm gonna go to bed soon. 3,000. What did I say? 3,000. $141. Yeah. Just to the top of that. Just kind of down to here. I think that's the right place. Basically, this bottom of this golden pocket, the right place. It is possible. People may. I think it will go to 70 eventually. I don't doubt it. To be honest with you, but for me, the most important thing at the moment is ETH BTC. As long as that is giving me the right signal, I'm just going to keep on longing. Fuck it. Fuck tomorrow. Fuck the world. Look. Just gently. I'm just going to gently long because the assumption is that that's we found strength. As long as we don't lose it. If we lose it, then I'm going to stop longing. But as long as we hold and don't come back into here, I'll be longing. Yeah. So let's see. But I mean, let's see. I mean, I could be wrong there. This could just fuck us and fuck me. And you could end up going down like that. And then it's possible. But it's not what I had in mind. So at the moment, it's doing what I had in mind. So based on that idea, I'm just going to just keep on longing alts and see what happens at the end of today, basically. A duck. I know, man, the market's so crazy retarded. It's so hard to predict or to even analyze. It's not easy. Go SLERF. SLERF is the beast. The beast maestro. Fucking come on, SLERF, you can do it. You can take us to glory. I mean, if SLERF comes back to 1526, that would be an amazing entry. If anyone's interested, 1526. Right. Let's see what happens. Let's see. Oh God, look. See, this is going down. So we altcoins are definitely looking to pull back. Yeah, just you don't have to be in a rush. It looks like it wants to pull back. Look, Solana though doesn't give a shit. I said Solana and SLERF are the ones that you just long. You just fucking long. Solana and SLERF. You just long. Look at it. Your connection is down? Is it? Is it? Alright, I'm gonna go to bed, guys. I'm pretty exhausted. So, alright, so let me just post this chart at the moment. It's a tricky one, huh? Did I delete those brushes? Yeah, I did. Post that. And just because we're finding strength here, it doesn't mean we can't. You know, we're still range bound. No, we're still range bound. It's just a failed auction of the lows, which gives you a really good entry, assuming that this is the low, because then the rest is higher lows here, and you still want to see a breakout to the upside. Do you know what I mean? But I think if you end up going up above the POC, even though you could reject off the value area high, I think the probability, you've got a high chance, if we hold here and we get back above the point of control, there's a high chance that we'll, you know, the next time on. But then also you can get exactly the same thing happen up there. You can get a failed auction and get right back in, just like you had here. It's possible too. So we're not out of the woods yet. It's just that here it's like, if this holds, can't tell. It's hard to tell if it's going to hold or not. I just don't want it to come back in. If I start seeing this kind of just blah, 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 then I'll pause. I mean, I'll be on like, okay, I just have to wait and be patient. Right. Yeah. I mean, I dumped a whole bunch of altcoins, actually, a whole bunch of them. Probably regret it. And I just bought SLERF. I wouldn't mind, actually, like if I could, I would sell TRVL and I'd put it into SLERF, to be honest with you, but I can't sell TRVL because it's so low. I regret not doing that before, to be honest with you. Massive regret. Not that I'm not bullish on the project, but at the end of the day, if you're not making money, then who cares about the project? This is TRVL against SLERF, so actually it's not, the volume doesn't matter. It's not in a bad place. They're on par, aren't they? It's just that SLERF is seeing a lot of interest and a lot of volume, and when it pumps, it's going to pump, whereas this looks like it's rejected from the highs here and it's come down to the lows. It looks like it's heading down compared to SLERF. I mean, arguably you say this is a good place to buy TRVL because of the point of control. It's like 50-50, but because you've got this kind of downtrend now, it's more likely than not that it's actually heading down, isn't it? Whereas before, TRVL was in an uptrend, and you kind of lost it there. And if you compare it from the high there, TRVL is down 58% against SLERF. So it's a tricky one, but actually when SLERF gets to here, that would be a good place to just put it back into TRVL, wouldn't it? Put it right back in. But I mean, the project has to be bullish to do that. So when it's got bearish market structure, it's hard to do that. Let me look at, don't lose my area, please don't lose it. Oh, it looks okay, doesn't it? It looks okay. Just, it's okay, huh? It's still okay. Fuck it. I will just wait and invest. Yeah, stay away from small alts. I think that's one of the big lessons of this market. Like in the last market, all the alts did well. The small ones did really well because they went crazy. In this market, the small alts have sucked. Even the good ones have sucked. Just got to stay away from those shit coins now. Now, altcoin dreaming is always dreaming. Don't ever doubt his ability to dream. All right, no more selling, just buying now. Fuck it. Just fucking buy. Just go crazy. I'm just gonna do it. Let's just go. I'm tired. I'm tired of selling. I want to buy now. Oh shit, ETH's going down. I'm selling. Right. I haven't taught us anything. Patience. It's good to be patient, but it's hard, huh? It's hard to be patient. Um honestly, the real the actual signal that we need, that we all need, is a bullish engulfing here. It's just that here you can bottom catch, whereas with a bullish engulfing, everything's already pumped. But that gives you the confidence. You get a bullish engulfing. If we get a bullish engulfing here, then I'm expecting this. That'll be here. That'll be like we're here. That'll be a bullish engulfing in the same context. Right there. And then I'll be looking for 1, 2, 3, 4, maybe 5 more green weeks here, with it getting really hot towards the end. You see, it starts off slow and then it heats up. It goes faster and faster and faster until you get into your kind of target area, which is what I've been talking about, this golden pocket area. So it starts off slow and it actually starts to heat up towards the end. That's when people get really aggressively bullish. So in this context, my target area is here. I really just want us to get there, so I can sell my crypto. Really, I feel like I need to just reset. I want all my crypto to be in profit so I can sell, get rid of it all, and then I'll have a really good kind of clean slate for the next big dip. I'll know exactly which ones to focus on, because a lot of shit coins, I want them to just pump so we can just get out. And so we need to see now is bullish engulfing. Maybe today, if we got a bullish engulfing today, that would be the first sign of shrimp. If not, a piercing candle, like a green piercing. So it closed lower, but it's a really nice buying tail with high volume. So I think this bottom is in. I really do. I really think the bottom's in, but let's just see. Let's just see how these are. If that closes like that, that's a good signal. That's a 2-hour time frame candle. It's even that 1-hour time frame candle. If it closes like that, I'll be okay with that, to be honest with you. And what I'm going to be doing just throughout the course of this dip is just kind of just gently scaling in, trying not to FOMO. Just gently. And seeing what happens. It was pretty stressful today. Huh? It was pretty stressful. It wasn't unstressful. I wasn't like, I don't usually stress, but my most of the time I stress when I'm right, which is weird because I'm right a lot, but I execute badly. That's what stresses me out more than anything else. Yeah, like I analyze the charts. I know what's happening. I know where it's good to buy and good to sell, etc. And I fuck up the execution, and that's what really messes me. Yeah, so it's one thing to analyze and to understand what's going on, and then you just make one mistake, whatever it is. You don't act fast enough. Sometimes that's enough, and that's a lot of stress. Huh? And it's got nothing to do with anyone. It's just my own personal kind of weakness. Everyone has their own weaknesses, so some people don't have that, you know. But for me, I can analyze, but my execution is sometimes sucks. And you make one mistake and you lose money. Huh? It's a big deal. Even though you've read the charts right, you're looking at the charts and you're going, okay, this isn't good, this doesn't look good. For me right now, it's just normal price action right now. So I'm not looking at this and panicking, because I'm possibly expecting a pullback. Yeah. And you don't know when it's going to happen. It could just come to there and go up, or it could just, no one knows. Huh? But it could also just go all the way down to here and go up, and it could also go all the way down to there. And that's the thing, you have to be aware that whatever you think, you know, you don't. But actually, that would be a really good place for it to come back to the value area high there. But that's why I focus on candles and the higher time frame ones, because that gives me the confidence to not panic. So when I'm looking at these candles, for example, this one, I know full well that as long as this price doesn't close underneath this candle, then it's an up. Then you can just buy that. And usually what happens, it comes down to about halfway. Yeah, that's on ETH. Usually, okay. And with BTC, it's the same thing. So you're almost expecting it. So right now I can see it's pulling back on. And on BTC is the same thing. See, that's a 30-minute bearish engulfing candle on BTC. So you're getting a rejection, and that's going to have an impact on the whole market. 100%. I see, this is important for me. See that? So all I want to see is that regardless of what Bitcoin is doing, because if Bitcoin pulls back, that's fine. I just want to see that this is defended and it's kept up, because that would tell me that Bitcoin is doing its this last pullback, the final pullback before it actually wants to go up. That's what this is kind of giving me the clue. Now, if it doesn't, if we start losing that, then absolutely no. Then it means the market is telling me that actually no, the market doesn't expect BTC to do that. It probably expects BTC to continue going down. At the moment, the market is expecting BTC to find support and go up, and that's why ETH BTC is found some strength and it's holding some kind of arbitrary support level here. That's what's happening. So the market's doing that. People are buying and selling, and they're telling you that they're actually they're buying ETH, or they're buying into ETH, or they're holding ETH up, because the only reason you buy ETH is because you're expecting Bitcoin to go up, because your ETH goes up much, like it goes up 50% more than Bitcoin or something like that in the same space of movement. And so the idea is that they'll buy and sell between Bitcoin and ETH to make more Bitcoin. No one really accumulates ETH. People are accumulating Bitcoin. So what they'll do is they'll trade Bitcoin to try and make more Bitcoin. And so in this context, if you see that the market is defending a support level against Bitcoin on ETH, then it's really because they're expecting Bitcoin to go up. But if that stops and the market's no longer doing that, then it means they no longer think that that's going to happen. Yeah. So you only do that as long as you think that's going to happen. So the reason why we had a failed auction here was because the market was bullish on ETH. So they're buying ETH. That's what's happening here. They're buying ETH. So even though there was big selling, they bought back in and they pushed it up because they are expecting Bitcoin to bounce or Bitcoin to bottom out. Yeah, so this is less technical, but it's more about market sentiment and what the market is actually doing, because it's just the trading of bigger players, actually, mostly bigger players between Bitcoin and ETH. Actual trading, yeah, on Binance. And so they'll have big positions and they'll just trade in between them because ultimately they're trying to build up their Bitcoin position. And the reason why I'm so interested in this place is because for the first time we've come to the point of control on the higher time frame after this big move. So anyone who has sold their ETH into Bitcoin would now be looking to buy back ETH because we're at the point of control. It's like the right place. So it's quite an interesting place. So anyone who was just didn't buy ETH, or they're just stuck in Bitcoin from the highs here, it'd be a really good place for them to start buying ETH again. They basically made 50 or 60% increase in value, and the idea is that they'll buy here and they'll ride it back up to the highs to increase their value like 160% or something like that. And actually all they're doing is they're just spot trading between Bitcoin and ETH. And so that's why I'm quite interested to see what happens, because even though it's a very tiny kind of range, and you can actually see, look, you can see that it's actually doing what I want it to do, which is holding that line. Yeah, it's actually doing that, isn't it? You can see it. And so that's just these two pivots lined up perfectly, and for some reason you can see the price is actually respecting it, and that's because traders are actually buying. They're just buying ETH here with their Bitcoin. Oh, the next crash. I hope we pump before we crash, huh? Because if we crash, I'm not going to buy any more. I'm not going to buy any more crypto. If we crash, fuck it, just leave it. I'm not going to think about it, to be honest with you, until whenever. I'll probably just go away on holiday and not even think about crypto if we crash, because I do trades, but most of my value is in spot because it's less stress. But I was just thinking I should have been trading this whole last year. I shouldn't have held any spot. I would have done much better. And normally they say traders suck. You shouldn't trade because you make more money by holding spot. But the reality is spot holding has been shit this year, last 2 years. It's been the worst. Only Bitcoin spot hold, and that's what people didn't do. Well, I didn't do that. I didn't spot hodl Bitcoin, but that was actually the best trade, just to spot hodl Bitcoin. You 5x your account in 2 years, and everything else has just gone down. If it crashes, I'm not going to add any more in crypto. I'm just going to wait for it to bounce. It will eventually bounce. So eventually it will. Yeah. A lot of people look at BTCD to try and pick the top, catch the top. I look at BTC to catch the bottom of what could be an altcoin season. But let's have a look at these candles. Last week was a weekly continuation. It's not topped out yet. Doesn't look like it's topping. We're coming into resistance here, so that's the only good news. This is actually the right place, yeah, the top side of the golden pocket after you've lost it to reject. So it is the right place. I think what I'm expecting actually in the next real alt season is to come down to here, all the way down to here. That's like the target. But I am wondering if here we go down for this. For something like that. I am wondering if that's what I'm not expecting it, but I am wondering if we get something like that. Just like a real kind of top similar to this. Where is it? Like this, down, and then down. Like this. It's like up, down, down. See? Up, down, down. I'm wondering if we get something like that. So we've had this drop here, which is kind of there. And we go a little up and down, up and then down. That's what I'm wondering. I'm wondering if we still get an up. And then that's actually when we get the big move. And then I don't expect it to go all the way down to the bottom. That's my target here. That once we get there, I'll be happy. I'm not interested in the rest, to be honest with you, because that would be a good place for the price to just reject and bounce. And then you have to trade it to the bounce. That's the correct place, and then see what happens next. And like not even think about it, because you'd have made a shit ton of money by then if that happened. Let's just have a look at ETH here quickly, see if ETH is doing anything interesting, or is it just doing nothing. Yeah, this is holding, huh? It's holding. Looks okay. All coins are pulling back a little bit, but nothing to write home about. So maybe the big shakeout happens tomorrow before it goes up, if it wants to go up. All right, I'm gonna go and sleep. I'll post this in Discord so everyone can have it. We can hold here. And we go up to there. And then like that. The two options. So that was basically following on. I should have posted it. Yeah. Right. Right, good night, guys. See you. Have a good evening. Take care. I mean, chart tomorrow. Let's see. I might. Let's see how it goes over the night. Because if we haven't pumped, then I might stream in the morning. Let's see. Take care.